Alright, good day everyone. So today we're gonna do another unboxing video. And this time it's gonna be the SH Monsterarts Godzilla 2004 from the movie Godzilla Final Wars. But before we begin, I'd like to invite everyone to please subscribe to the channel and hit on the notification bell to get the latest updates from the hobbyist. So yeah, let's begin. So this is Final Goji. So this is one of the figures that's been highly anticipated by collectors, partly because a lot of its co-stars, if you will, has already been released. So you have like two Gigan figures already. You also have a Mothra figure. Then you also have Bandai Movie Monsters series Angerus. So yeah, and little by little Godzilla's releasing back and forth the other monsters that it has came across with, like Hedorah is gonna be released soon as well. So yeah, so it's kind of fitting that SH Monsterarts finally release Final Goji. So anyway, this is what the box looks like. Unfortunately, when it came yesterday, it wasn't really in a good condition, and partly because the box is really thin. And one thing that I noticed is that it didn't come with a brown box as well, so that's kind of a bummer. So as you can see, there are some nicks on the box already. So anyway, this is what the box looks like. So this is the front of the box, and reminiscent of the old SH Monsterarts boxes. So it has like a tear on the box, so, and it shows you like a window of where you could look at the figure. So yeah, so some branding information at the front, Godzilla Final Wars SH Monsterarts logo, and some of the other logos from Bandai and Tamashii Nations. And then on the top of the box, it's a continuation of the tear, wherein you could look inside and peep on the figure. On the sides, so again, continuation of the tear, and then some branding information. On the other side, same thing, and gives you a glimpse of what the figure looks like. And finally at the back, so yeah, so this is what the figure looks like. Some of the poses that you could do with the figure. So yeah, let's go ahead and open up this figure. Okay, so out of the box, this is what the figure looks like. So it doesn't come with anything, no accessories, no breath effect, no extra pairs of hands, no extra head sculpt, just the figure. And for me, since we're paying like close to $100 for this guy, I feel like we deserve something other than the figure, right? So yeah, so that's one of the gripes that I have with this figure. Now let's go ahead and look at the sculpt and the paint application. So now in terms of sculpt, this figure was sculpted really well, as usual. So it's SH Monsterarts, so I do expect nothing less really. So looking at the head sculpt was done superbly. I think my only gripe here is how they set the eyes. So I feel like Final Goji, reminiscent of what Bio Goji looks like, the eyes are set really deep on the head. So it's kind of like when you shine some light into it, you almost couldn't see the eyeball details on the head. And that's because the muscles on the face kind of covers those details on the eyes. But other than that, how they did the sculpt on the face, on the head, is really good. Looking at the rest of the body, again, so since it's SH Monsterarts, I do expect that they did an awesome job on sculpting the rest of it. So as you can see, the dorsal plates are spot on. I like how they did this tail. So SH Monsterarts, yeah, all of those details are there. Now another thing that I noticed, that I feel like they've already done a good job on this one, but I feel like something amiss is, they have these big gaps on the joints, especially on the legs and on the shoulders. And that's something that I really don't understand, since SH Monsterarts has already perfected this on their previous releases. Goji looks better. 2021, Legendary Godzilla looks better. So I'm kind of baffled why suddenly they have these big gaps again. But anyway, it's not that much of a deal breaker for me, simply because when you're posing it, you could always hide those imperfections. And something I also noticed, so those gaps as well on the elbows. So yeah, but other than that, this is still a premium figure, don't get me wrong. Now, and lastly, the dorsal plates. So if you look at these dorsal plates again, it's kind of like it jumped out of the screen, jumped out of the movie screen and into your collection. So the details on these dorsal plates are really good. So yeah, so that's a really good job by SH Monsterarts. Now, looking at the paint application on this figure, the head, starting with the eyes, basically they nailed it. So for the first time in a very long time, SH Monsterarts was able to paint the eyes consistently, and it doesn't look googly at all. So that's a nice touch from SH Monsterarts. I also like how they apply the paint on the mouth, so it doesn't look too clean, it doesn't look too dirty. It's just the perfect way on how to do the teeth on a monster, basically. Now, moving on with the nails. So the nails, this is something that, well, it's a hit or miss. I'm not sure if all the figures look like this, but on mine, I like how they did on the top paint on the nails, but on the bottom, if you can see, there are some white marks. Let me see if I can focus that for you. There are some white marks on the tip, like on this one. Small detail, but for a premium figure like this, it's something that you would notice. So again, I think it's more obvious on this one. So as you can see, the weathering is not consistent. So it looks nice on the back of the nail, but underneath there's no paint at all. So yeah, that's the only bummer thing that I saw on the nails. Oh no, there's another one on the dorsal plate. So it looks nice on this part, the bigger ones, but when it goes down to the smaller dorsal plates, the details are pretty much non-existent, and I wish that they haven't painted it at all. But anyway, small details again, some of those things you could really dismiss. And I like how they did the usual grayish brown paint on Godzilla's body, so it really highlights most of the details that you can see on the body, and it's nice and it's consistent with the movie as well. So anyway, now let's go ahead and look at the articulation on this figure. So in terms of articulation, the head moves up that far. It's kind of a gooseneck already, something that I don't know if you're gonna do really, but it could do that. And then it looks down all the way that far. Okay, so I feel like it should go further on this end and then look up, so it could do that pose like that. Then of course, since it's a ball joint, it could move all the way around, side to side. Could do all those crazy poses, whatever you wish. Now, on the shoulders, it's also connected by a ball joint, so could move all the way around. It has a lot of range of motion, and that's because of that gap that I was mentioning earlier. So yeah, so all of those motions are available for you. There is another ball joint on the elbow, so the elbow can move all the way around. And then there's actually another ball joint here on the bicep, and then there's another ball joint on the other side of the elbow, and then there's another ball joint on the wrist. So a lot of ball joints just on the arm alone. Now on the waist area, so there are two joints here on the waist. So there's one on the ab, and then there's another one on the waist area. So there really is a lot of range of motion that you could do with this figure. It's just really good. It's welcoming, of course, especially if you're doing stop motion. This figure will be a dream, really. Now, on the legs, on the hips, so we have a ball joint on the hips. So again, because there is that big gap there, so you could do a full range of motion on the hips. I mean, yeah, on the leg. And then on the on the knees, you have two ball joints connecting the knees. And then you also have two ball joints connecting on the ankle of the foot. So in terms of articulation, SH Monsterarts has implemented a lot of ball joints on this figure. Now moving on to the tail. So the tail has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. So there's 28 segments on the tail, and all of them are implemented by ball joints. So yeah, the only problem there is, so since there's a lot of ball joints, chances are one of those will pop off when you're moving them. But yeah, the nice thing about it, since it's a ball joint, so the range of motion is really good. But do take note that over time, those ball joints will wear off. I mean, the sockets will wear off. So you might need to tighten those sockets up. So yeah. So that's the articulation on this figure. So what we're going to do is we are going to compare this figure with the other figures that you might have in your collection. Okay, so this is how the SH Monsterarts Final Goji stack up against the other figures that you might have in your collection. So here what we have is the SH Monsterarts Gigan 2004 and the Bandai Movie Monster series Anguirus that we have already customized. We also have here a custom made Bandai Movie Monster series Mothra. So in terms of scale, I feel like Final Goji is a little smaller compared to these three figures, but just a hair, if you will. I feel like when you turn Anguirus into a ball, it's gonna be too big compared to this figure. And if I remember correctly, when they fought, Gigan doesn't look this imposing compared to Godzilla, and certainly Mothra doesn't look that big compared to Godzilla. But anyway, it is what it is. It still works. Again, it's just the hair. For me, I feel like it's a little bit small compared to these three figures, But let's see what happens when SH Monsterarts finally release Monster X. So let's hope that it scales perfectly with this Godzilla. So anyway, final thoughts. Well, it's for me it's a much anticipated release, because yeah, as you can see, it has like I already have like three figures to pair with this guy. So I was really looking forward for Final Goji. And then when SH Monsterarts finally announced it, that they were gonna release Final Goji, I was like, all right. So yeah, finally we have a Godzilla that would pair with the other figures that I have. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer. First of all, the price was around $100, and then for that price, you didn't really have anything. So you only have the figure, and it doesn't come with any other accessories. And then for that price, you also get like, you know, some issues, not really issues, but some imperfections in the sculpt. For example, just like what we've mentioned, and some imperfections on the paint application. So I mean, if you're paying for that much of a premium for nothing other than the figure, you would expect that it would be like a top-notch premium figure, especially for SH Monsterarts standards. But anyway, it is what it is. It's not a deal breaker for us, because for us, we could if it bothers us that much, we could actually customize it. The breath effect, we could always do one. But for other collectors that really don't have the means to do what we do, it's kind of a bummer to see a Godzilla figure that's this expensive and doesn't have much with it. But anyway, yeah, it is what it is. It's still a nice figure, and it's still the only action figure for Final Goji. So is it worth adding to your collection? Yes. And how SH Monsterarts figures go, it's not gonna be available for a very long time. So if you are a fan of the movie, and I'm sure a lot of the people are, this is by far, if you ask me, this is the strongest Godzilla incarnation of the series. And it's probably debatable, but hands down, what this guy did in the movie, no other Godzilla was able to do. So that's as much as I would say in terms of the movie, to prevent any spoilers. But anyway, it is what it is. So it's a bummer that we didn't get more from this figure, but what we lack on accessories, Bandai made up for the other figures that you could buy all through those years. So I believe this one you still can get the Bandai Movie Monster Series Mothra, and I'm pretty sure you could still get the Anguirus, although of course it doesn't look like this. And I think you could still get Gigan. So yeah, and of course there's like lots of other figures coming up. So there's Monster X, there's also Hedorah. So whatever Bandai missed out on the accessories on the Godzilla department, at least they made up for the other figures that you could pair with Godzilla. So yeah. Okay, so at this point, you should be seeing the shoutouts on today's video. If you want to be included on the next roll call, all you need to do is drop us a comment down below, show us some love, subscribe to the channel. And so, yeah, what do you think about Final Goji? Are you excited for your figure? Or do you have the figure already and you're already enjoying it? Drop us a comment down below. By the way, if you haven't had the chance to pre-order one of these bad boys, we have another one in stock. So all you need to do is just message us, head over to our Facebook page to get one of these. If you're in the Philippines, you could also get it from our Shopee page, the Hobbyist Shop. So yeah, I guess that's it for me, folks. Guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for supporting our channel. So yeah, that's it for me, folks. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.